It's been a long and hard year for all of us, and I suppose there's been very little good news. But I want to today, Deputy Leader, just acknowledge the good news that has been the vaccine programme. There's more than 50% of the population have received their first dose of a vaccine. There was 300,000 doses administered last week, and there is an expectation that there'll be a further 2 million doses administered by the end of June. And, you know, all of that with problems with supply and delivery of the vaccine. And huge tribute has to be given to everybody who has been involved in the vaccine programme. I was lucky enough myself last week to get my vaccine up at DCU, but the staff at DCU, the Helix, the Aviva, Croke Park, all around the country. I was down with the Salvation Army last week as well in King's Inn Street. There's staff and volunteers from the HSE, the Department of Health, from NGOs of all sizes right around the country who've been involved in saving lives and livelihoods and administering the vaccine. And Deputy Leader, I think this House should acknowledge that enormous effort and pay huge tribute to them all. Secondly, Deputy Leader, I'd like to raise the issue of protections for renters. You'll be aware, Deputy Leader, that 4 times during the pandemic, government has legislated to protect renters, protect them from rent increases and to protect them from evictions. And the current protections which are in place for renters who have been negatively impacted by COVID are in place up until the 13th of July. But Leader, as we reopen, and we're all looking forward to the reopening, we all acknowledge, and government certainly acknowledges, that it's not going to be a light switch, that there will be a need for continued supports. And Deputy Leader, I'd like you to write to the Minister for Housing and ask him to look at extending the rental protections from eviction and from rent increases up until the end of the year. And if he can do that and bring forward emergency legislation, I would ask that this House facilitate that emergency legislation, but we also, Deputy Leader, ask that the rent pressure zone loophole that has emerged is tackled at that time as well. Gurmagad Cíorlach.